Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got a fog of war puzzle today that sounds completely insane to me. It's called Recounting The Counting. It's by pdyxs, pdyxs or something. The way this works is we sort of solve the initial puzzle, and then there's a green digit here, and if we can calculate this green digit, it will reveal something else in the grid, and then we will have to delete everything in the grid except for the green digit and solve it again, etc. It sounds brilliant, doesn't it? It sounds brilliant, but also very strange. And this has been recommended to us. It's actually only been recommended to us once, but I sent it off to a tester as a result of the recommendation. And the tester came back and said, yes, this is just phenomenal. So I'm hoping that we're in for an absolute treat today. And I will read you the rules properly in a moment or two's time. What do I have to tell you about? Well, there are a few things going on. On Tuesday at 10 p.m. UK time, Mark and I are doing some streaming. We're going to be playing Nurikabe World. I've got my screen in a different place again today. This game, which is brand new. I think it only came out 6 days ago, if I remember rightly. And there's going to be Nurikabe A Go-Go. If you don't know what Nurikabe is, it's a sort of Japanese logic puzzle invented by the puzzling giant Nurikabe. It is a brilliant logic puzzle, and apparently this is a rather wonderful implementation of it, so I'm looking forward to having a go at that. Love to have your company. As I say, 10 p.m. UK time on Tuesday. I'll try and remember to put a link to the video on the screen now. The other thing that's going on is tomorrow is the closing date for this month's competition, which has been running since the 1st. It's Blobz Sudoku Hunt, themed on The Hobbit, a puzzle for every chapter of The Hobbit. This was yesterday. Look, are we going to get to 1,000? I haven't done the refresh today, so let's reload it and see. We are going to get there. 994. That is phenomenal. Almost 2,500 of our patrons have got through the first puzzle. Could you get through it if you haven't done any puzzles by tomorrow? Yes, you could. We're quite generous with the closing date, so it'll be last thing tomorrow, right? Really last thing. So you could get through them. None of the puzzles are monstrously hard, but you would now have to devote a little bit of time over the next 24 hours or so to doing it. Do try. I mean, especially if you've got sort of 4 or 5 left, you're going to be in with a great chance of finishing. And if you do still want to have a go at The Hobbit and you're not a patron, it's only a couple of bucks a month to join us over there, and there's all sorts of extra content. And I've got 4 birthdays to do today, so I'm going to do those and then we'll do the solving. So we'll start off by wishing Ginny a very happy birthday. Ginny, you've turned 34 today, and I know this because your partner Ian wrote to us. I think, Ginny, you started watching the Rat Run Sudoku puzzles of Marty Sears, of course, and you've been hooked ever since. And Ian wrote that he couldn't have married anyone cleverer. And lots of cake is on the menu. So, Ginny, I mean, it sounds like you're in for a good time, and I hope you have a great birthday today. I hope the cake is chocolate. Next, Paul. Paul, you have turned the big 40 today. Apparently you find Sudoku good for your mental health. I think a lot of us feel like that. And I know that, well, you'll know this message was sent to us by somebody very dear to you. I won't reveal any more. Next, Hannah. Hannah, you've turned 31 today. I know this because your boyfriend Sam wrote to us, describing you as the most incredibly compassionate woman who is prepared every evening before bed to watch a Cracking the Cryptic video with him. I'll tell you what, Hannah, Sam, frankly, you've got a keeper there. Hannah sounds like 1 in a million. Hannah, happy birthday. I hope Sam has got you a very nice chocolate cake. And then finally, Simon, not me, a different Simon. Your wife Kate wrote to us to tell us that you're turning a secret age today. I wonder what that could be. And Kate, you're turning a secret age -1 on the 24th, so in 5 days' time. So I'll wish you both happy birthday today. I think, Simon, you prefer chocolate cake. assignment after my own heart. And Kate, you prefer Battenberg cake, which is a bit controversial, but okay. And well, I hope the two of you have a great time on each of your birthdays, respectively. And that is all the birthdays. So now we'll have a go at recounting the counting by... No, it's pdyxs, isn't it? Because there isn't an apostrophe. The sort of thing on the X looks like it might be an apostrophe, but it's not. So just pdyxs, however you say that. That is the author of the puzzle. And the rules are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. A black dot between two digits means that one is double the other. So we've got that going on here. Let's. I won't put big digits in case it does anything, but if that's a 2, this would either be a 4, because 4 is double 2, or it would be a 1, because 2 is double 1. That's how black dots basically work. A white dot between two digits means they are consecutive, so we've got that relationship here. So if this is a 2, this would have to be a 1 or a 3 in order to be consecutive with 2. And we've got counting circles today, and I think that's what's going to lead to the iteration. So at any point, a digit n in a revealed circle means that the digit appears in revealed circles n times. So we can sort of see immediately, I think, what this digit's going to be, but people will accuse me of doing solving, and I mustn't do that. But yeah, so let's imagine, ignore the corner digit. Let's say that there were 4 circles outside of the fog. Then either all 4, well, they couldn't be all, let's try and offset them a little bit. Let's say that they were there. Then if these were 4 circles, actually I can do this, can't I, using the pen tool? Let me do that. So say, ignore the circle at the top, the blue circles. Imagine all of these were out of the fog and they were the only circles we could see. Then if whatever we put, well, I think there would be 2 choices. We could either put 4 into all 4 circles, because then 4 circles would contain 4, or we could put 3 in 3 circles and 1 in another circle, because then 3 circles would contain the digit 3, 1 circle would contain the digit 1. What you couldn't do is put 2s into all the circles, because then 4 circles would contain the digit 2, and that's clearly wrong. We have to match up the number of circles with the digit in that many circles. But that is not the end of the story with this puzzle. We then have a concept introduced called stable digits. Cells shaded green, so that's that one, are stable. Their value remains the same throughout the puzzle. All other cells are unstable. And then the fog rule is that the grid is partially covered in fog, we can see that. Fill in all revealed cells based on the revealed clues, leaving any new stable digits until last. So we have to fill in this digit last. Filling in the stable digits will reveal more of the puzzle, at which point all unstable digits will need to be recalculated. So everything that is not in a green square will have to be solved again. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? Anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. So I think we have to write 1 in here. There's 1 revealed circle, so we can only put 1 in there, can't we? But that didn't clear any fog. So that has to be 2 to be consecutive with 1. And this has to be 4. Because it's got to be in a doubling relationship with 2, and it can't be 1 again without breaking Sudoku. So that's 4, and that's revealed more puzzle. Oh, it's revealed another green thingy, which was the stable digit, wasn't it? Oh yes, I have to. Yeah, filling in. At which point all the unstable digits need to be recalculated, so we have to delete these. So now we've got a given 4. We've got, well, okay, so this is exactly what we were talking about with the example. We've got 4 circles now. So in theory, we could put 4 into all of those, but you can see we clearly can't do that because, well, for example, this can't be a 4 and this can't be a 4. So these have to split up, I think, into 1s and 3s. Right. Now, well, these 2 digits can't be the same, can they? So they have to be a 1 and a 3. And these 2 digits can't be the same, so they have to be a 1 and a 3. But there can only be 1 1. Imagine this was 3. Both of these digits would be 1, and then there would be 2 1s in circles, which is wrong. There must only be 1 circled 1. So I think we're going to get a 3 in the corner, that means. I don't know if that's... Well, we got confetti, so that's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. So that's a 3 to make sure we've got 3 circles overall. That can't be a 4. It's got to be consecutive with 3, so that's got to be a 2. This digit is 2 or 4 to be consecutive with 3. I keep wanting to think this is even, but that's not what that... Normally a square, like an opaque square in a cell, means it's an even digit, but that's not what we're talking about here. This digit is 1 or 5, actually. Oh, it can't be 1. Yeah, I mean, but just by parity is how I'm seeing that. This digit has to be consecutive with an even digit, so it's odd, and it's, well, it's not 3, so it's 1 or 5. But if it's 1, you'd get 2 on both sides because there are 2 white dots. So I think that's 5, and that's 4, therefore. And this is 6 because it now can't be 4, and presumably... See, I haven't had to solve that. I know that's a 6. What would happen if I solved it? Shall I solve it? Oh, it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Okay, this is also a 6. Right, so that's revealed more puzzles. So we have to now delete old puzzle again. And, okay, so we've got a new count of circles, which is now 6 by the looks of things. Okay, so 6... Again, we could have had 6 6s in circles, but that clearly won't work actually for any number of reasons. One reason being neither of these can be 6s, but actually these circles only live in 4 different boxes of the Sudoku, don't they? So there's simply no way there could have been 6 6s in circles, because we'd have been putting 6 6s into only 4 boxes of the grid, and that will definitely break Sudoku rules. So there are going to be a variety of ways of doing this. It's either going to be, if it's 3 different numbers in circles, it will be 1, 2, 3. Alternatives are going to be 1 and 5. Oh, 5 won't work. Yeah, we can't do 5 for the same reason 6 wouldn't work. I can't put 5 5s into these circles because the circles are only in 4 different boxes. So, and in fact, I can't do 2 4 because if I do 2 for this box, neither of those can be a 4. And if I have 4 circled 4s, I would have to put a circle, a 4 in one of those, a 4 here, a 4 here, and a 4 in one of these. In fact, this wouldn't work either. So we are looking at, right, we might as well actually just label that then. This has got to be 1, 2, and 3 in the circles. And this black... So this black dot is correct, isn't it? That must be 2, because it's got to be consecutive with 1, 2, or 3. So I think this is 2. Now these squares are a 1, 3. We're probably going to get another 3 in the corner. But what we are going to get is a circled 1 in box 1. And that will be the only circled 1. So everything else is not a circled 1. And now this digit is a 3 because it sees a 2. So that's a 2. What does that mean? This is now a 1 or a 4. Oh, actually, this isn't a 1. Because if it was a 1, this digit would be a 2 to be consecutive with 1, and we'd have 2 2s in the column. So that must be 4. And in fact, that's going to go 4, 5, 6. Oh dear, I didn't deserve to do that, did I? I just didn't even think about it, but I don't think I was meant to do that. Because I meant to do that last. So sorry, let's pretend I didn't do that. But I think it's logical that I could have got this. Okay, so let's try and... Okay, so now if this is 3, which apparently it is. That's a 1 in the corner this time, so we didn't get a 3 in the corner. I see, so one of these is 2, one of these is 3. Okay, that makes sense. So this 2 makes that 3, that makes that 2. I don't know that this is really changing much, is it? Look, we've got to have a consecutive run here from 3 to 6 involving 2 other digits, so that's got to be 4 and 5, and that's still got to be 6. So I think we sort of established what was going on there rather sooner than we were probably meant to. Okay, but we can now delete all that. We've got a new green square, and we've got many more circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this could be 1, 2, 3, and 4, or it could be many other things. It could be, well, it can't be 9, 1, can it? Because I mean, I'm not there. If I try and put 9 9s into these circles, you can see there are only 9 9s in this whole Sudoku puzzle, and there is a 9 in that box, and it's definitely not circled. So we're not doing 9 and 1. What are we doing? So we could be doing... Well, I don't know, actually. Is there an easy way to know this? We know that. How many different boxes have we got going on? Okay. It's not 8 circled 8s either, because there's an 8 in row 8 and there's an 8 in row 9, and they are uncircled. So the maximum number of circled 8s you could put in the puzzle would be 7, and that's not enough. So we could have done that logic with column 8 and column 9 actually. So can we circle a 7? If we circle a 7, then every column that we have a circle in would have to contain a circled 7. So that would be a circled 7, that would be a circled 7, that would be a circled 7, because this one couldn't be. One of these two, that one, because this couldn't be. And no, you couldn't put a circled 7. Yeah, there are 2 circles here that would need to be circled, and they both couldn't be circled 7s. So there's no circled 8s, 7s, or 6s. Sorry, no, 9s, 8s, or 7s, I meant to say. 6s, can we circle 6s? Well, we can't circle anything here, and we can't circle anything here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and there are only 5 boxes left where we could circle digits. So again, we're only going to get up to 5 6s. So either we are circling 5s, or if we're not doing that, the only way we can get to a count of 10 circles is going to be to use 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the critical question is, are we circling 5 5s in the puzzle? And the answer to that is, I haven't got a clue. We might have to actually do some Sudoku. Terrifying thought that is. Right, that digit is 2 or 8. And this is consecutive, so 1, 3, 7, or 9. Well, we know this is not 7 or 9, don't we? From the work we did before, we haven't got any of those circled numbers. So this is a 2. And I keep expecting that to clear the fog when you sort of get a digit near this fog, but it doesn't do it. So this digit is 5 or 7. And then this digit is 4 or 8, because we can't go back to 6 without breaking Sudoku. So we can't go 6, 5, 6 again. We're going to have to go 6, 5, 4, or 6, 7, 8. But then this digit, we could go back to this digit. So I think that digit has quite a few options. Although that's a circle, isn't it? So yeah, so how could this be 8? It couldn't be, because we can't circle a 7 or a 9. So that's a 4, which means that's a 5. This digit is 5 or 3. So yeah, we could have a circled 5 here. This digit is, that's 1 or 3 again. In theory, this could have been an 8, except that we worked out we can't circle 8s. So these digits are 7, 8, and 9, and 1 and 3 are circled numbers. So actually 5 is not circled, I don't think, because imagine that 5 was circled now. Then we'd have 5 circled 5s, 3 circled 3s, 1 circled 1, and we'd have 1 circle that was unfillable. Because if we were to fill it with another circled 1, we'd have 2 circled 1s, and that won't work. So what we've got here is 4 circled 4s, 3 circled 3s, 2 circled 2s, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, and 1 circled 1. And the circled 1 is up here. So this is a 3. We don't have any circled 5s. All these other circles are 2s, 3s, and 4s, because the circled 1 is in this box. This digit is 2 or 6, actually. That's not resolved. I don't think it is anyway. That digit is resolved. That is a 3. Right, that's good, because I've got a circled 3 in box 1, I've got a circled 3 here, and I've got a circled 3 here. That's 3 circled 3s. So every other circle in the puzzle has got to be 2s and 4s. And this one, I know what it is. That's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 2, that's a 6, that's a 3, that's a 1. No 3 in the corner there, at least. That's a 4. Look, I've had 2 circled 2. This is very clever. So now I've got all my circles, and that digit is, well, that's 2. Oh, I don't think. Actually, no, I don't. No, this can't be 2, because it's got to get consecutive with 6 too quickly. So that's got to be 8, and then that's got to be 7. That's got to be even by parity. 3, 5. How do we do this then? I don't know. There we've got, oh, this is a 1. That's in the fog, but it doesn't do anything. So, okay, let's look at this black dot. This can't be, this is 3, 6, isn't it? Because 1, 2, and 4 have been removed as options, so we can't use 4 and 8 here. We obviously can't use 1, 2, and we can't use 2, 4, so we must be using 3, 6. What parity did we say this have? This is even, because we've got even here. Within any consecutive pair, you're going to have an odd and an even digit, so we know this is an odd digit, and therefore we know this reverts back to being even again, and now I know what it is. So we go 6, 3, 6, and now this, which is the crucial digit, no. Oh, I see. No, it is going to be resolved. I was going to say we don't know what it is, but we do. It's 5 or 7 by this white dot, but look here. We've got 4 and 6, but this is joining this 4 and this 6 together, so that is 5. And that, therefore, is 7, I think. We get another reveal of fog. And now I've got to delete all the digits again. It's an intensive Sudoku workout today. And how, right, now we recount the circles. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to do that again in case that's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I've got 17 twice, so it's probably right. Again, we're not using 9, because there would be a 9 in box 9 and it's uncircled. So, can we conclude anything about 8s? If we were circling 8s, how would we do that? Then every other box would have to contain a circled 8, so that would be a circled 8. This would be a circled 8. That would be a circled 8. Ah, no, that doesn't work. Right, it's actually straightforward if you look at this the right way. But there's obviously no circled 8 in box 9, so every other 8 in this puzzle has to be circled if we're thinking of circling 8s. That means the 8 in box 3 is circled, so that's circled. Now the 8 in box 1 is circled, so this is circled. And now look, you can't circle an 8 in box 7 because there will be an 8 here, and neither of these could contain 8 as a result of that. So 8 is not circled. Now if 7 is circled, how would that work? No, I'm not sure actually. I was about to say I don't think it does work, but maybe it does. Okay, the first thing I'm seeing with 7 is that in this column there is no circled 7, and in this column there is no circled 7. So that's every other 7 in the puzzle would have to be circled. So that means every column that we've not thought of has to have so there would have to be a circled 7 here. That might not work on this string. Oh no, that could be 8 and that could be 7. Okay, so that doesn't immediately rule this out, but I don't think this will work. Let me just think about it for a minute. So there'd have to be one of those would have to be a 7. One of these would have to be a circled 7. No, hang on. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure now. How else could you do this? How else could you get to 17? We know it's not using 8 or 9. So if it uses 7, I can't seem to immediately rule that out. What about 6 then? 6 is as constrained as 7 is, but in a different way. Because the way I'm seeing that is I've got a 6 here and a 6 here that are uncircled. So obviously we can't have a circled 6 in this box. We can't have a circled 6 in this box. And obviously there's no circles at all in box 9. So there's 3 of the 9 Sudoku boxes can't have circled 6. So every other box would have to have circled 6 in it. And I don't know if that's possible or not. Let's just have a quick look at that. Let's just shade those in. So this would be a 6. These two would be a 6. One of those two would be a 6. One of these two would be a 6. Oh, this would have to be a 6, wouldn't it, in this box? So actually we'd get this arrangement. That would be a 6. Oh, hang on, how can this be a 6 if that... Oh, hang on, I don't like this at all. This doesn't work. Yeah, oh, it's really simple. I just didn't use the given... Well, not the given digit, the earned digit. Right, if we try and circle 6s... Yeah, this is really clever, because that means 7 is... Sorry, my brain is scooting around, but now 7 is, I think, circled, which is going to be huge. Right, if 6 is circled, every box that is I haven't blackened has a circled 6 in it. And that means, actually, that's a circled 6, and because of this 6... That's a circled 6. I'd have 2 circled 6s in the same column. That's impossible. So what that means is there's no circled 6. Now let's imagine there was no circled 7 now. Well, then we've deduced there's no circled 9, 8, 7 or 6. So I've only got the digits 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 available. If you add the digits 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 together, what do you get? You get the triangular number 5, 15. 15 is not equal to 17. So you could never get 17 circled digits in the puzzle. You need some sort of high digit. So 7 is circled, and if 7 is circled, didn't I work out that had to be 7? I can't remember now. Every column that is not this column and this column has a circled 7 in it. Yeah, so that's a 7. So this is 8 now. 7. Oh, well, yeah, that's got to be 5. It can't be 7, can it? It's got to be consecutive with 6. We've got to go downwards. So this is 3 or 5. And I've still got 10. I've still got 10 to account for without using high digits of any. Oh, there's going to be more than one way of doing that, though. Because I could have 5, 3, 2, 5, 1, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm still not quite locked in to how the circles are going to work here. But I think we can do better with 7s, can't we? There must be a 7 circled in column 2. There must be a 7 circled in column 3. There must be a 7 circled in column 4, 5. Hang on, can we do better somehow? Yeah, yes. Where's the circled 7 in column 8? It's not here, so it is there. Now where's the circled 7 in column 6? It's not here, so it must be there. Now where's the circled 7 in column 4? It's got to be here. That means this is circled. And actually this isn't proving quite as bad now. Now we've done the thinking, we're sort of able to do it a bit more. There must be a circled 7 in column 5. That seems to have to be there. So let's check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circled 7s. And several of these, yeah, that's a 6 because it's on a dot. And it can't be 8 by the column. This has now got to be 5 because it can't be 7. Therefore, this is 3. That doesn't actually affect... Well, it takes out the option of 1, 4, 5 as the way the other circles get up to 10, because we now know we have a circled 3. So it's either 5, 3, 2 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this digit is 1, 2 or 3. So this digit, if that's 2, that could be 1, couldn't it? If that's 3, this would have to be 6. Oh, bobbins, I don't know. This digit is 8, because it can't be 6. So this digit is 5, and that digit is 4. So we've got to go 6, 5, 4, onto a black dot for a 2 or an 8. Oh, it's not 8, because we can't circle 8, so that's 2. So, right, so now all we have to do is work out how we're getting the extra 5's worth of circles. We're either getting them from 5 5s, which is what I don't think we're going to be getting. We can probably rule that out. 5 5s. How many boxes have I got left? 1, 2. I've got enough boxes. I just don't think we're going to be able to do it. That can't be a 5. Oh no, hang on, I've got a circle 5. I hadn't seen it. There we go. Okay, so me saying no, we can't do it is total and utter gibberish. We can do it, and indeed we have to do it. So 5 and 3 are circled, so we need circle 2 as well. So there's no such thing as a circled 1 in this puzzle, so that can't be, or at least not in this version of the puzzle. Right, so all the other circles are 2s, 3s and 5s. So this is a 3. 2s, 3s and 5s. I probably should just pencil mark them, you know, that's that's probably the most efficient thing to do. Now, that one's not 5. By Sudoku. That one's not 3 by Sudoku, and that is on a dot, look. So, oh, we're honing in, we're getting closer to this green digit, which is presumably going to reveal more circles. 6, 7. Okay, let's see if we can do some stuff around this crop key relationship. This digit is 6 or 8, and it's on a black dot. So that digit is 3 or 4. It's not 3, because this would be 6. So that's got to be 4, that's got to be 8. Now this digit is now 2 or 8. So it's even. So this digit is odd. So this digit is even, and that's 2. That's some... Right, now I've got 2 2s in circles. So I can't have any more circled 2s. So that's got to be 5. This is not 2. No more circled 2s. We've only got 3s and 5. We've got, actually, look, I've got 3 circled 3s. So everything else is circled 5. All of those turn into 5s. I like this very much. And all I've got to do is go, oh, right, look, this is 4 or... This is 4. And this has to be 3. That means I'm not going to get that digit. Am I meant to get that digit? I probably am, aren't I? Well, it can't link to... Yeah, we can't make that 8 and link it to 2 within one digit with consecutive things. So that's 2. And this is 1 or 3. I don't know how we're actually going to know that. Must be some sort of Sudoku wizardry is going to give me that digit. But I mean, I know this digit is a 3 now, so I sort of feel like I should put it in. I suppose I've not got that digit either. That's a 6. So this is a 6. What were the exact instructions? Fill in all revealed cells based on the revealed clues. Yeah, so I am meant to reveal. I am meant to solve this, actually. I mean, I'm not sure whether it's necessary for the reveal, but it is in accordance with the instructions. I ought to do it, and I've made a mistake because I can't put 8 into those squares. But does that? That's interesting. Oh, you see, look. I wonder if it's because. Oh, I hadn't thought of this at all, but maybe I'm not meant to put this digit in, because to do so will break Sudoku. So maybe the puzzle isn't sort of internally consistent around the fog cells if you put them in. I hadn't thought of that. Okay, so maybe I've that's really, really weird. I hope I haven't made a ricket there. I could have done. How do I know what this is? I feel like I should know what that digit is. Oh, I see. Well, if that was 3, I would have no fill for this square. It couldn't be anything. So that is 1. And then this is 3. Oh, my goodness me. What has that done? Well, it worked. Oh, now I have to delete everything. And I've probably got 45 circles, I would imagine now, but let's just count them properly. 1 second, let me delete all this. Why do I say I think we've got 45 circles? Well, it's because, of course, there is a secret that you'll know, especially if you're Simon, not me, today, and it's your birthday and you've turned a secret age. 45 is the sum of the digits 1 to 9. That's the Sudoku secret, something I share with only my favourite people. If you're watching this video still, you're definitely one of my favourite people. And why is 45 sort of the cap on circles? Well, let's think about it. If we were to put a 9 in a circle, there would be 9 circled 9s. If we were to put an 8 in a circle, there would be 8 circled 8s, etc., etc. And the total number of circles you could have, therefore, would be 45 if you put every single digit into a circle. So that is what I think we're going to have to do here. So let's just count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23, 26, 28, 31. I don't really trust that, but I doubt I've got it wrong by very much. 1, 2, 7, 10, 11, 15, 19, 22, 23, 24, 20. I've got 31 again. Right, so it is 31. 31 circles. Now that's a very strange number. That doesn't have any sort of redolence for me in terms of triangular numbers or anything. Okay, that's really strange. Okay, but now, I mean, this is almost the start of a Cracking the Cryptic episode. We've just got a puzzle to do with no fog. Okay, let's just think about Sudoku then. So this digit is 4 or 8. Oh, that's on a black dot. So that's fine, isn't it? So that's 2, 4, or 8. And that's circled. There's at least 6 different numbers adding up to our 31, because all of those digits must be different in this box. Now we might be able to do better than that. Let's have a look at rows and columns. 5 in this column, 5 in this column, 5 in a couple of rows, well, 1 row. Okay, so that box suggests that there are 6 different numbers at least adding up to 31. If it was, no, yeah, it could be 7, couldn't it? It could be 7 different numbers, because if we know all the numbers, all 9 numbers add to 45. If we miss 2 numbers out, they would add up to 14. That's very doable, 5 and 9, or 6 and 8. Okay, I don't know what to do with that then. So let's do you think we do Sudoku a bit more, or do I have to do more thinking? 1, 3, 7 and 9 in the corner. This digit is 5 or 7, that digit is 4 or 8. That one could be 5 or 7 again. I'm sorry about this. 1 second, let me think about this. What about, okay, well, let's try and eliminate 9 at least, because that's probably going to be easiest to do. So if 9 is a circled digit, that would have to be a 9. Oh, that actually wouldn't be immediate. I thought that might be ruled out by the black dot and the white dot, but it isn't. It would go 9, 8, 4. That's almost interesting. Actually, that's really interesting. If you do put 9 here, then 7 is a circled digit. Why do I say that? Well, look, I'm not going to do any damage by making, like, in terms of fog, so I'm just going to write 9 in here to show you. If 9 is circled, then every box of this Sudoku contains a circled 9. There are only 9 9s. I need to circle all of them. So in this box, you can see that one of those squares is circled. So there's a circled 9 here. Now that means that there's a circled 9 here or here in a 3-cell sequence. So actually, 8 would then be, so it would either go 9, 8, 7, or it would go 9, 8, 7. It would go in one of those orders. You couldn't put the 9 in the middle. Well, the 9 has to be circled. You obviously can't put the 9 in the middle either, because those would both be 8s. But what I'm noticing there is, if you do put 9 here, 8 is not circled in the puzzle. Because if this is 9, this is 8, that's an uncircled 8, and this is 8, which is another uncircled 8, so there'd only be 7 8s left. And as well as being 56, you couldn't circle enough of them. There'd only be 7 circlable 8s. So that's very interesting. If that's 9, one of those is circled. One of these is circled. Can we... One of those is circled. One of these is circled. One of those is circled. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. If 8 is circled, that is not a circled 8. And that's because this digit would have to be 9, and 9 is not a black dotable digit in Sudoku, because remember these are in a 1 to 2 relationship. So if this is 9, this is either 4.5 or 18, and both of those won't work. So if 8 is circled in the puzzle, then every box other than this box contains a circled 8. Now, I suspect that that's fine, but how would we prove or disprove that? That can't be 8, can it? So one of these would have to be a circled 8. That would have to be a 4 then, wouldn't it? Because otherwise, if that was 8, there wouldn't be a circled 8 in this box. So that would be 4. That would be 2 or 8, not necessarily a circled 8. This would be a circled 8, actually. Oh, is that right? That's interesting. So if there's no, let me just think about this. So if there's no circled 8 here, then where did I get that from? Yeah, that's right, actually. So there must be a circled 8 in this box, and it's in one of those two. There must be a circled 8 in this box, and it's one of those 4. So that the 8s in columns 2 and 7 would be in those positions, and there are only 2 8s in these 2 columns. So you couldn't put any more 8s here. So this would become an 8. That would become an 8. That doesn't work. Whoa! I mean, that's pretty complicated, but it's true. So what we've proved by that is that this would be an 8, and the interesting thing about that is it makes this an 8. And why don't I like that? Well, it's the same reason I don't like 8 here. This then has to be 7 or 9 on a black dot, which just is impossibility. So so now this is beautiful. This is beautiful, because now what we've worked out is that 8 cannot be circled in the puzzle. And if 8 cannot be circled, could I miss out circling 9? Well, if I did that, I would definitely have not circled 8 or 9. They add up to 17. 45, which is the maximum number of circles, minus 17's worth of circles is 28. But I've got 31 circles to fill. So I must circle 9 if I don't circle 8. So 9 is circled, and this is a 9. And that's going to mean 7 is circled. Because now we know this is 8. We know this is 4. Now, I think, so there's a 9 in one of those. This is exactly the logic we were looking at before. There must be a 9 here. So this becomes 8 between, and this is a 9-7 pair in box 3. So 9 and 7 are circled, which is 16's worth of circles. So I need another 15's worth of circles. But, okay. Ooh. Well, hang on. Is 6 circlable in the puzzle? Because I've still got these 6's here in the green cells, in the stable cells. So all of those boxes, again, couldn't have circled 6's in them. So every other box would have to contain a circled 6. So you'd have a circled 6 in one of those two. No, it's the same. It's similar. It's easily disprovable. Because there would be a circled 6 in one of those two squares, in this box the only place for a circled 6 is here. But here you can't put circled 6 by Sudoku. It's exactly the same as that point we looked at before. So 6 is uncircled, as well as 8, which is the 14 we're looking for. Because 45 minus 14 is 31, which is the total number of circles. So the circles in the puzzle are 9, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, okay, let's just think through 9's first. So 9 has to be there. 9 has to be in these squares by Sudoku. 9 is in one of those. Oh, bobbins, I don't think this was the way to do this, was it? Or maybe 7's is where I'm meant to look. 7 is in one of those. So 9s and 7s are in this little triple here. Why did I... Yeah, I figured out 7 was circled because of this, didn't I? But it's uncircled here. So if I can find somewhere else that 7 is uncircled, then presumably that's going to be helpful. He says, without much hope, 8 can never be circled. So 8, yeah, that's quite interesting. So by Sudoku, 8 is in one of those squares. Well, it can't go here, because this would be 7 or 9 to be consecutive with it, and it can't be. So that's got to be 8. So this is 4, which means that's 5 to be consecutive. This is 3 or 5, that both of those digits are allowed to be in circles. Okay. So 6 and 8 are uncircled. So this digit is 1, 2, or 3. That digit, yeah, that's fine, isn't it? 1, 3, 7, and 9 are all circled digits in this puzzle, so that's a perfectly acceptable pencil mark. Okay, in this box, 8 and 6 are uncircled. So we've got to... No, it doesn't... I don't think it does anything. But 6 and 8 have to be in these squares. 8 is uncircled, so that's 2 or 4. That's probably... I could probably do something with that if I could work... Well, that's 2 or 4 as well, by the logic on the white dot. Can we do something cleverer than that? Almost certainly. 9, can be 9, 8 here, and then this would be 4. That's probably fine. Oh, have we got anything going on this funny crop key run again? So this digit is 6 or 8, so that digit is 3 or 4. So this digit is 2, 6, or 8, and it's not 8 because of this. So this digit is definitely odd, so that digit should be even and can't be 9. Oh, that's beautiful, if that's right. That feels right. I mean, the parity's wrong for that to be 9, so the 9 goes there. And now this isn't 9, and this is 8, and this is 4, so this is not 8. And this is not 9, so we get a couple of 9s in the grid for free. 9 is in one of those two squares. That can't be 9 because we put 8 here, so this is 9. So that circle is not 9. And that's so it's a 9 in the corner up here, next to an 8. This can't be 8 anymore, so that is 8. That's therefore 4. This is 7. Okay, all right. That is a decent bit of not solving, but it's a bit of a breakthrough, isn't it? Now that's a 2, so this is 1. 3, 2, 1. Dusty bin. Ted Rogers reappears on Cracking the Cryptic. And then we go. Now I've got distracted. Naughty brain, don't distract me. Okay, this is odd, isn't it? So this is 1, 3, or 5. It's not 3, so it's 1 or 5. So this is 2 or this can't be 5 because 4 and 6 have gone. So that's got to be 2, 1, 2, 4, 8. This is now an 8. Remember, it can't be a circled digit. This is an 8. It can't be a circled. I feel like I've written a lot of 8s into the puzzle, and indeed I have. Let's try 6s then. Oh goodness, I've done terribly on 6s. Well, 6 has to go there. It can't be circled. That gives us a 3 in a circle. 6 can't be circled. So 6 is in one of those two squares. 6 is in one of these two squares. Now, does that keep going? 6. Oh, well, 6 is in one of those two squares. If it was here, no, that's probably all right. 5s and 7s into the consecutive digits. It doesn't look immediately wrong to me. 6 is in one of those three. If that's 6, this is 5. Again, that might be alright. What are those digits then? 1, 2, oh, 2 I can put in this box, so that's 2. This is a 1, 7 pair. And in this row we've not put 5 in, so we ought to do that. Okay. And now we should think. Have we? Oh, we've had a circled one. That's quite useful. I can't have another circled one. There is only one circled one in the whole puzzle. So again, I can start to do things with ones now. This can't be 1 because this would be 2. So that's 1. That's 6. So these are a 5, 7 pair. And we know we know that one's 5. So this one's 3. We don't know whether this is 5 or 7. I don't think. 5 is in one of those squares. 5 is in one of these squares. At some point we're going to have to sort of do an audit and tally up whether we've got enough circles of the various types. But in the meantime we can avoid putting 1s in circles and see if that takes us anywhere. 1 is on this white dot because it can't go in a circle, so this has become a 1, 2 pair, I think. And so 2 is in one of those. Oh, whoopsie. 2 is in one of these squares. But how many circled 2s have I had? 1 only. So I could circle another one of those. Okay, so maybe we don't get to learn more about that then. This is 5 by Sudoku. Feel like that should do something, but it doesn't seem to want to. 2, 7 and 9 into this box. So 2 can be placed. So 7 can be placed, 9 can be placed. So 9 can be placed down here. Yeah, maybe I should go back to thinking about 7s and 9s actually. That's not 9. Yeah, so that's 9. How many 9s have I got? Oh, I've got a 9. I didn't see that. I've got a 9 in the top left, so I can fill in my 7. Does that have to be a circled 7? I can't recall at this point whether or not we were quorate on 7s or not. I've got, that's not circled, and that's not, so everything else is a circled 7. So I must have a circled 7 in box 2, and it must go there by Sudoku. So that's 7. This digit is 6, because it can't be 8. So that digit's a 6. And in this row we haven't put 1 and 4 in, so that's a 4. That's a 1. This is a 2, 3 pair. This is a 5. In this column we know that's a 4. Sudoku does at least seem to be working in this iteration of the puzzle. 2, 3 and 5 into the, so that's 3, that's 2, that's 5. And that's 2 in the corner, 2 in the spotlight. No, it doesn't get a song, does it? That's 7. So that's 7. That feels right. How many circled 7s have we got? We have, I need all of them apart from these 2 to be circled. It looks like they are. So I think that's probably good. That's 3. That's 3. That's 2. That's 2. That's 1. These 2 squares are 1 and 5. These 2 squares are 6 and 3. So we can fit all those in. These squares are 3 and 4. And over here we need 1 and 3 again. 3, 1, 6 and 5. Now, I have no idea if that's correct. Right, well let's sort of try and do it. So 4s, there are 4 circled 4s. 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks good. 6s aren't circled. 7s we counted already. 9s must be correct. Have we got more than 1 circled 1? No. Have we got 2 circled 2s? 1, 2. Yeah, I think this is right. 1, 2, 3 circled 3s. It looks good. It looks good. Let's see. Tick. Yay. Oh. What does that mean? Solution code 14610. Oh. Okay, it's telling us how many circles there were. Well, you won't get to this point if you didn't know that. You really won't. That was wonderful. What an interesting puzzle. Quite unlike anything I've seen before. I have to say, very original. I enjoyed Recounting the Counting. And I'll be intrigued to know whether I had a ricket in my Sudoku halfway through, or whether actually it was intended you couldn't solve the puzzle. You just had to solve to the green digit at that point. Well, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.